Good morning, class. Welcome back to our online class today. So it's me again, teacher Kongkea, right? So as you know already, for the first session, every Thursday, we are going to study our book, Grammar Planet 2. So before we continue our lesson for today, let's read the day with teacher first. So today is Thursday, August 27, 2020. Okay, so everyone please prepare your notebook and your pen right now. So now let's move to the next one with teacher. Okay, so today we will review again about our grammar that you studied already from the previous day that we talk about present simple, right? So everyone, do you still remember present simple that you studied from the previous day? Great, so I hope that you still remember it. And right now, let's practice with teacher all together. That teacher have exercise for you for today. So now let's move to the next one. Okay, so before we start our exercise, teacher want you to remember again about the rule that we need to use in present simple. As you know already, all the verbs in present simple, if you use in positive sentence that the verb ending in ch, s, sa, o, or x, you need to add es. Look like this one, watch. Watch. So watch, this one is the end of the letter ch, right? Okay, so you need to add es. And another word is guess. So guess, this one adding in s, that's right, you need to add es also. So teacher know that you remember that one already, right? Okay, and another one is we talk about the word that adding in a consonant that you need to change y to ies, right? Okay, so look like this one, study. So study, this one we have letter y adding, right? So this one is study that you saw it already in here. That study, this one is adding in y. So we need to change y to ies, right? Okay, so now let's move to the next one with teacher. Okay, so this one is our practice for today that you need to find the mistake. Okay, so teacher have so many sentences in here. So now let's read with teacher all together, and after that we will find the mistake. Okay, so the first one is, do he like basketball? The second one, I like eating pizza. She do her homework on service bus. The film finished at 8. My friends goes on holiday next week. She carry her little sister to the car in the morning. Nicole Kidman act in a lot of films. We play in the garden at break. Our teacher talk very clearly. So this one is the sentence that have error. So you need to find the mistake one, and after that you circle it. So I hope that you can copy this one into your notebook right now. And when finish, let's check the answer with teacher all together. Okay, so teacher will give you time right now. So let's write down this one into your notebook. Okay, so teacher know it already that you write down this one already. So now let's have teacher to find the mistake. Okay, so the first one is, do he like basketball? So as you know already, in this sentence is we talk about question sentence, right? Of present simple. So as you know already, in present simple, question sentence you need to use with do or does, right? After that is subject. But this sentence we use with third person singular that you saw it in here is he, right? So the mistake one is do. So we need to circle that one, right? Okay, and we need to change that one to does, right? So does he like basketball? So this one is the correct sentence, right? Okay, so now let's move to the next one. Okay, so now let's move to the next sentence is, I like eating pizza. So now let's check the mistake with teacher. Which one is the mistake? Great. So the mistake one is, likes, right? So like this one we cannot use with s because we use with I is singular noun, right? Okay, so this one, the verb you need to change it to like, right? So I like eating pizza. So now let's move to the next one. She do her homework on the service bus. So which one is the mistake? Great. So the mistake is do. So we need to change that one is does. She does her homework on the service bus, right? Okay, so now let's move to the next one. The film finished at 8. So which one is the mistake, everyone? Great. So the mistake is finish, right? Okay, so we need to change this one to finish. F-I-N-I-S-H-E-S, right? Okay, finish. So now let's move to the next one. My friends goes on holiday next week. So which one is the mistake again? Great. So the mistake again is goes, right? So we need to change that one to go because my friend have s is mean like a lot. It can be used with subject they, right? Okay, so if you use with they, the verb we need to put into the back form. That's why we need to put it go, right? Okay, so now let's move to the next one. She carries her little sister to the car in the morning. So which one is the mistake, everyone? Great. So the mistake is carries. So we need to change that one to carries. Carries, right? So we need to change y to I-E-S. So now let's move to the next one. Nicole Kidman act in a lot of films, right? Okay, so this one is the mistake one, right? So we need to change that one to like this. Okay, so you can see in here. So now let's move to another one. We plays in the garden at break. So the mistake one is play, right? Okay, so we need to write like this, play only, don't have s. So the last sentence is our teacher talk very clearly. So we need to circle this one talk. So we need to write like this, talks, right? Okay, so here is our practice one that you need to find the mistake. So now let's move to the next one. Okay, so this one is your turn that you need to write the informative negative form of words in the basket, right? Okay, so this one you need to change the sentence to positive form, and another sentence you need to change it to negative form. So we have how many sentences? Great. So we have 8 sentences in here, right? So in 8 sentences in here, some is positive, some is negative. So now let's have teacher do this one all together. Okay, so now let's start. Okay, so the first one, they'll not live in Madrid, right? So this one we need to change it in negative because we have not live. So this one we need to change it to Dave doesn't live in Madrid, right? Okay, so now let's move to number 2. Okay, so now let's move to number 2. Sue study German at school, right? So this one we need to change this sentence to positive one. So as you know already, Sue is related with girl, right? So girl we use with C, and C, this one is third person singular, right? So study, this one we have adding in y, so we need to change that one to IES, right? Okay, studies. And now let's move to number 3. My dad drive a red car. So now let's change it with each other all together. Okay, so my dad drives a red car, right? Okay, so now let's move to number 4. So as you know already, in this sentence we have not walk. So if related with not walk, we use in negative again, right? So we use with what, everyone? Do or does? Great. So we use with do. So in negative, we need to write it to done, right? So we done walk to school. So now let's move to number 5. The 34 bus not stop here. Okay, so This sentence is negative again, so we need to write like this. The 34 bus doesn't stop here. So now let's move to number 6. Mr. Brown's teach much. So this one is we change teaches. Okay, so we need to change it to teaches much, right? Okay, so now let's move to number 7. The children play football. So we need to change this one to great. We still put it into the best form, right? Okay, so now let's move to number 8. Mary washed the dishes after lunch. So Mary is a person singular, and this sentence is talk about informative also, right? So in this sentence we call it positive sentence. So wash, this one we need to change it to washes, right? Mary washes the dishes after lunch. So now let's move to the next one with teacher all together. Okay, so this one is you need to make the question according to the pictures using the giving verb. So everyone, let's look at this picture first, and teacher have the verb in here so that you can see in here, right, that we have study. So you need to look at this picture, and after that you need to make the question that you need to use the verb in here. So what is the question that you use in present simple? Great, so we need to make the question in present simple. The first one you need to put what, do or does. Great, so we need to put does because it's related with the person singular in this picture, right? Because in this picture is talk about the girl that she is writing something or she's studying, right? Okay, so the question is, does she study? So the answer is related with short answer also, that we have yes or no, right? Okay, so does she study? So the answer is yes, she does, right? Okay, so now let's move to the next one. Okay, so this one is the picture also that the man is eating hamburger, right? Okay, and teacher have the word in here, drink. So you need to make the question again. So what is the question that we need to put in here? Great, so the question that we need to put in here is, does he drink? Okay, so the answer we have, no, he doesn't, right? Okay, so here is our question and short answer that regarding with our picture in here. So now let's move to the next one. Okay, so the next one, this one is answer the question, right? Okay, so now let's look at this picture with teacher all together. Everyone, can you guess it? What is he doing? Great, so he's look like sit near the burn fire, right? That he hold the marshmallow, right, to grill. Okay, so the question is, does he go shopping? Can you guess it? Does he go shopping? Great, so no, he doesn't. That we have answer in here, and we have another one is he goes camping. So which one is the correct one? No, he doesn't, or he go camping. Great, so the correct one is no, he doesn't. Does he go shopping? No, he doesn't, right? Okay, so now let's move to the next one. Okay, so this picture again, everyone, can you guess it? What are they doing? I think that they look like eating hot dog, right? Okay, so the question is, what do they eat? So the answer is they eat hot dogs, right? Okay, so now let's move to the next one. Okay, so this one is your practice that is regarding with your turn into your book, right? So you need to write down this exercise into your notebook. You need to fill in the gaps with the correct present simple form of the verb in brackets, right? Okay, so we have number 1 until number 10. So you need to do this one for teacher. After finish, you need to take a photo and send it to teacher by personal telegram. Okay, so now it's time for our first session. So goodbye everyone. See you again for second session.